kill him. I'll deal with the children.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Electric Jack, guys. I'm back, guys. I had a baby last week, thank God. And also, unfortunately, my other page got shut down. I'm sure we should come after me. We're growing too fast, too strong, guys. And I thank you guys for the support. But now we have to start all back over from the beginning. So this time, we'll try to avoid all the copyright mumbo jumbo and hopefully get back to where we were, guys. So please make sure you follow this new page, guys, please. And I thank you all for listening. But make sure you hit that subscribe and that share button, because this is the 7 Deadly Sins and Not Sitting Up to Jai, guys. The chapter 342 review. And we're going to talk about predictions for 343 a little bit as well, guys. So please, like I said, don't forget to hit the subscribe and that share button, man, because guys, it's been crazy. And like I said, I hate that. It got shut down. It's been a struggle, but we're getting there. Hopefully, we'll try to avoid any copyright. Like I said, I can't scroll through the story and everything like that. But without further ado, let's go into 342, guys. So, of course, the battle continues with Kath against Kath Palik, and he states he's sick and tired of everyone always getting in his way. And the 7 Deadly Sins come, and they're on attack. So, after they cut him in half, they're like the pieces of meat are moving. They cut and they obliterate him. And they say, is this the same kind of immortality that Bond has? And they're like, no, he's a being who transcends life and death itself. And so Arthur's, in bad shape, but Merlin's trying to keep him to hang in there. And so, Kath is telling him, are you that shocked losing your country and your people? He's like, all countries, and even the Demon Lord and 7 Deadly Sins, hadn't done it. It could have, anyone could have destroyed it. He said, it's inevitable, pretty much. He was like, in fact, your giant meteor could have struck it, and he's like, I'm telling you, it's all the same. He's like, I'm warning you, quit fighting the inevitable. No matter what you do, no matter which route you take, eventually everyone dies. And so he gives a bored yawn, and he said that goes for humans, animals, countries, mountains, forests, lakes, rivers, stars, and even gods. And so he's like, you're telling me I might as well let me eat me and, just get it over with and be done with it? And he's like, bingo, right answer, Arthur. So at that point, that's when Meliodas jumps in. He's like, enough chit-chat. Let's get this shit started. Let's not waste any more time and rip this guy apart. And so Kath Pollock's like, what a bother, are you guys really going to try this? And so he launches a furious attack at the 7 Deadly Sins. And the 7 Deadly Sins all attack at once. And Arthur tries to join in as much as he can. And so at that point, Kath just starts moving, and Merlin has suspended his time. And they say, what is the effect of chaos? The curse is making him unstable. And so they're like, he'll probably recover sometime in the future, not too far in the future. I can imagine maybe in another couple dozen years or centuries. And they say, they'll cross that bridge when we get there. As long as we all work together, I'm sure we'll be fine, is what Elizabeth said. And so then we go through like a little vision, a little look into the future. And everybody goes home, and they wave bye to Merlin and Arthur, and it's like a pretty happy ending. We see the wedding of Meliodas and Elizabeth. We see everyone saying, I can't believe that day finally came. And Barter, was crying. He was all water and snot, they say. And they said they wish that everyone could have made it, because apparently Elaine is with child. Bond is leaving her side, and then of course King and Deanne are married, the fairy king and the queen of the giants, and they are all back in the fairy realm. And it's like, and Gother and Hawk, they're somewhere off doing their own thing. And so apparently at this point in the future, it's not hard, it's not easy to get everybody together. And so they're wondering how Merlin and Arthur are doing. And so they're probably rebuilding the kingdom, is what they said. And so at that point, it says, Meliodas, is it true that Bond Sama died? Apparently Elaine was at his bedside until the very end. And how about Deanne and King? Of course, they're going to live for centuries. I mean, they're pretty much, long-lived, almost immortal beings. And, we see a elderly Elizabeth, dying on her deathbed, and she's, I'm sorry I have to leave you. She's like, I won't be reborn again, so today is the last day I'll spend with you. It's like, it was a really happy 3,000 years. And this is a very heart-gripping little side story that we see. And we see somebody running towards Meliodas and says, Meliodas, your highness. And then, of course, we pop in, and it's none other than Kath Palik, who is, his time has been unsuspended, and he is wreaking havoc on the kingdom. He's like, well, long time no see. So all the rest are dead then. And he's like, that's too bad, because you seem to be in pain. And it was like, if you just let me kill them all back then, you could have save yourself from the pain of being alone. So he's like, you have nothing left at this point, so just give it up. There are no constants in this world. This is a world of chaos, and eventually everyone goes away, as though they were never from the start. Don't be sad, Meliodas. You're wrong. You're not wrong. Our bonds will never go away. And everybody he sees from the past shows up in the background. We're all with you and always will be forever. And so at that point, Meliodas breaks out of it, and they say, that's a surprise. And he says, I didn't think you'd make it back. And so I guess Caliph probably like I put them through some kind of visionary, some kind of illusion. They were like, what experience just now? Was it a hallucination or reality? And they said, neither. It's an as of yet uncertain future, like one more take on the world if things were to happen. And so it's Arthur. He's back up with his chaos powers, and he's like, but not for long, because they have to find some way to defeat him. And Cal tell him it's futile because Arthur will be eaten regardless, and then he'll become fully unified with chaos and swallow everything. That is his goal. He wants to pretty much just swallow everything. He is greed incarnate, pretty much. And so at that point, he thanks, and Arthur's like, that's it. I figured it out. And if Kath is launching giant attack at Arthur and Meliodas, Arthur yells out, I know how to defeat you. He says, for the sake of carving your own future with your hands, a battle against a chaotic entity surpassing the gods. And that is where it ends, with next chapter being called Eternal Kingdom. And it's on the break until next week, guys. So it gave me some time to catch up, guys. So please make sure you follow this new page. Now, what do I think? I do think he's found some kind of way to defeat it, and it depends on swallowing everything. So maybe he allows himself to be swallowed. What I think Arthur's going to allow himself to be swallowed and then unleash his chaotic powers inside Kath to pretty much implode him from the inside, overload him with chaos. He wants chaos so bad, okay, he'll feed him chaos so much that he literally can't take it, that he will explode. It's going to be interesting. However, I do not think that Kath is I don't think he's the final. I still think we have one true big bad coming. And my girlfriend thinks, she thinks it's a supreme deity, and she may not be wrong. I think it possibly is too. I do know Seven Deadly Sins is ending in another volume from what we hear. So we're wrapping this story up, guys. But let me know what you think, guys. I think it's going to be one more big showdown between these guys. I do not think this is it. I do think Arthur will be involved in the final battle. I think everyone. We might even see the Archangels, Mael, and all those guys again, guys. But hey, thank you guys for following me, being in tune, staying around, guys, and please make sure you subscribe to this new channel. All you guys that have gotten lost in the transition with the shutdown of the old channel, I'm sorry about that, but we're gonna try to keep this one a little bit more streamlined and avoid all that copyright, bull crap. But of course, guys, your boy Electric Jack. It's early. Got to get back on baby duty, but for right now, I'm unplugging, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.